What's up guys, not Super Mario here and welcome to today's video where I will research and look at some weird fears that people have. I mean, phobias are a thing, people are afraid of a lot of stuff, but we also know that people are very weird, which means people can have weird fears, and I'm gonna be here to justify if this fear is actually possible, even though I'm not a doctor for phobias, but I'm gonna let myself this freedom today to justify if people can fear this stuff. Probably they can. First fear we have phobia, fear of otters. I will say this, I mean every single fear of a certain animal can be justified, even though I think otters are super cute and beautiful looking animals. But you know, animals can bite you, can sting you, potentially shit on you if they're a bird, and that's why you can be potentially afraid of an otter, even though otter is a very specific animal, and I think this fear comes from something in the childhood that these people have, that they were, I don't know, bitten when they were really young or something, because otters are oddly specific. I mean, very specific. I don't know if I've seen an otter outside of a zoo, so even though we have them in Slovenia, but still, I mean, otters, yeah, this is a completely justified fear because you can be afraid of any animal ever because it can bite you, sting you, shit on you, stomp you if it's a big one. I mean, an elephant can easily kill you, so I am afraid of elephants as well. I don't want to see an elephant too close to me. I mean, it's obvious. So yeah, phobia. It sounds weird and very specific, but it's a thing, I think. Chirophobia, fear of hands. I mean, okay. Let's see, it says, who doesn't love a good manicure? People with chirophobia, aka the fear of hands, that's who. This rare phobia can present as a fear of one's own hands or someone else's, but is generally brought on by a traumatic experience such as a hand injury or the onset of arthritis. I mean, but still, even if you had a very bad hand injury, what I mean, it is attached to your body. What are you gonna do about it? I mean, don't chop it off. I mean, if you're afraid of hands, don't chop your own hands or don't chop anybody's hands. So, I mean, is this a justified fear? I mean, people are weird, but how can you be afraid of hands? I mean, that's even if you've got a bad memory or bad situation that happened to you with your hands. Still, they're part of your body. They're attached to your body. What you're gonna do about it? I mean, I don't understand it. Genophobia, fear of knees. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Just stop it. Why are people afraid of body parts? I mean, people with genophobia are afraid of knees, be it their own, someone else's, or the act of kneeling. This fear usually stems from a traumatic knee injury. I mean, but still, I get it. You badly injured your knee, but it's a freaking bone in your body, in your system. What are you gonna do about it? I mean, people, really, if you're watching this and you have genophobia or the previous one, chirophobia, fear of hands, don't chop your own body parts away or don't chop anybody's people body parts away. Even though if you're afraid of them, even though I don't understand how you could be afraid of a thing that is part of you and it's attached on your body. I mean, being afraid of kneeling, what the heck is that? Oh, fear of long words. Are you fucking kidding me? The fear is often brought upon by being laughed at while reading or pronouncing long words, usually in school age children. Oh my gosh, what? That's not a fear. That's just kids being dumbasses and being mean. But even, I mean, if how can be somebody so anxious about pronouncing long words that they're being afraid of a long word? I mean, even this thing, it's not that's hippopotamonstrous. When I read this word, I was thinking about rhinos, or not rhinos. Oh, hippopotamus. This is a fear of hippopotamus, but fear of long words. Come on. How long? Where is the limit? I mean, is computer a long word already? Or is it, I don't know, I cannot find a long word now in English. I mean, come on, this is stupid. This cannot be justified and a freaking fear that actually exists. If there's somebody who has phobia, fear of long words, and is watching this video, please leave it down in the comments down below and then explain it to me. How can you be afraid of a freaking word? It's not gonna do anything to you. It's a word, so ablutophobia, fear of washing, bathing, or cleaning. So dirty people. That's not a fear. People just don't want to be clean. That's a thing. But being afraid of washing, bathing, or cleaning in situation like it is right now, this is the worst fear to have. Washing your hands is an essential thing always, not just during COVID-19, even though for some reason people now are thinking about, you know what, washing your hands is a really smart idea. Yeah, it was even before coronavirus was a thing. But in this time of age, I mean, this is not the best fear to have, because you're gonna get something, maybe it's not gonna be coronavirus, but it can be any other virus or bacteria that exists. So please, people with ablutophobia, get your brains checked out, because I'm sorry, I don't want to be mean, but this is dumb. Turophobia, fear of cheese. Explosion. How? I mean, okay, if you're lactose intolerant, that's a disease, or that's something that your body doesn't accept. Just stay away from cheese and stay away from dairy products. But cheese is gonna do zero stuff to you. I mean, it says here, Melissa, north of Kent, England, has had a cheese phobia ever since being given some at friend's place as a child. Now in her 20s, even walking past cheese in the grocery store terrifies her. I get so clammy and start to have a panic attack. It's cheese. It's freaking cheese. It's just there. It's cheese. I love cheese. But that's not the point right now. But it's cheese. What's mozzarella gonna do to you? Or I don't know which other brie or something. What? I know, if you don't like it, don't eat it. If you're lactose intolerant, don't eat it, because you're gonna have diarrhea or gonna vomit. Don't eat cheese. But how can you be afraid of a food that stands still? Maybe somebody throw at Melissa north of Kent when she was younger, even though it says she got a cheese when she was young, and for that reason she's afraid of cheese. I mean, what's gonna Parmesan do to you? Yeah, maybe it stinks, so don't smell it. But come on. Ephebiphobia, fear of youth. People with ephebiphobia don't want to be anywhere near teens, but who really does, to be honest? Okay, and the media really hasn't helped. A 2002 article published in the Los Angeles Times covered the full-blown media panic around teens, aka the new demons. Oh my gosh, what is this? Like an old thing? Like, okay, boomer stuff? I mean, what the actual fuck? Ephebiphobia, you don't like how teens act? Okay, just avoid them. But that's not a freaking fear. I mean, if you see on the street a 14-year-old, you're gonna have a panic attack for some random kid, even if it's not doing anything to you, even if it's not screaming for no particular reason. What, you're gonna just escape and run away? I mean, people just wanna have some titles and some name to everything. Ephebiphobia, it's not the thing. I'm sorry, I don't care about an article published in Los Angeles Times, the new demons. Sometimes teens can be demons, and kids and adults and teenagers and old people, everybody can be demons. But that's not a thing. Ephebiphobia, or however you pronounce this shit, it's not a thing. Nomophobia, fear of being without a phone. Yeah, this is like a modern thing probably. Terrified of being without your cell phone, there's a phobia for that. Those with nomophobia, also called cell phone addiction by the National Institute of Drug Abuse for Teens, have anxiety or panic attacks over losing their phones and obsess about checking them throughout the day. Again, why do you put a name to something that is so stupid? Yes, people are addicted to their phones because you can do pretty much everything on our phones right now. But that's not a thing. People are just dumb and stupid and too addicted, but if they're without it, don't call it a phobia, because for that reason, people, when they're without a phone, think, oh my gosh, maybe I need some pills for this. It's not a thing. You're just being dumb. You're addicted to freaking phone. I mean, this video is gonna make me angry. I am angry already. No more freaking phobia. Who invented this thing? I mean, was there an official doctor who said fear of being without a phone? No, it's just dumb people. Omphalophobia, fear of belly buttons. Yet again, another fear of a freaking body part. I mean, okay, you don't like it, but that's not a fear. What you're gonna do, remove it? Just dig a hole or use a spoon? Don't do it. I mean, I don't know how many times I'm gonna repeat this. Don't chop, use a knife or whatever. Don't chop your limbs and belly buttons or whatever, even if you're afraid of them. Hands, knees, heads, brains, ears, I don't care. Just don't do it. I mean, some sufferers even think their insides could spill out of their navels. Yeah, of course. Their intestines are gonna just drop out of your belly button for no reason. People are watching too many movies, and that's something that is coming from me, who watches 300 movies a year, and their imagination goes through the roof. Nothing is gonna come out of your belly button, except if you're being dirty and you're afraid of water, and not water, you can be afraid of water, but afraid of cleaning, like we saw in like a few seconds ago. Then maybe something's gonna crawl out of it because you are just a dirty person. Not in a sexual way, but dirty in a cleaning way. You know what I mean. I don't know, I'm trying to explain that. But come on, stop being afraid of your own body parts. Chloeophobia, fear of newspapers. Yet, great. I mean, if you're afraid of bad news, don't read newspapers, but that's part of your life and everybody's life. That newspapers or media news or wherever it is, if it's on internet, on newspapers, in newspapers, on the TV, bad news are a thing, and you can be afraid of bad news. That's probably bad newsophobia. But being afraid of a newspaper, what? Paper itself, or news in the paper, or ink, or black and white coloring? I mean, if I touch, it says here, if I touch a newspaper, it feels like my skin is crawling and I can't stand the smell. Okay, I can get that. I don't like, styrofoam. I hate the feel of styrofoam. I'm not afraid of styrofoam. It's not gonna do anything to me. I just don't wanna touch it or something. I don't have a styrophobia for that reason. Just, oh my God. I mean, I'm gonna end this video here. I got too angry because people are having dumb phobias. I mean, fear of hands, knees, beards, belly buttons. People are afraid of their own body parts or other people's body parts. And what are they gonna do about it? Hopefully nothing, because if I hear or read an article or a newsline or whatever that somebody in, let's say, Costa Rica chopped somebody's hand off because she or he was afraid of it, I don't know where are we gonna be with this world. I mean, what the actual heck is going on? Being afraid of your own limbs is a thing. And cheese. Freaking cheese. What's gonna cheese do to you? I mean, every animal fear that we had so far, I mean, is justified. Like I said, I don't particularly like those weird looking frogs that are not really frogs, but they're reptiles, but they don't jump, but they're just weird looking, and they scream in a weird fashion. I don't like them, but I'm not really afraid of them, so is that a phobia? Maybe. Anyway, this was a weird video that for some reason made me mad, because people are weird. We acknowledge that at the beginning. But yeah, I still hope that you enjoyed this video. Tell me if you have a phobia that is kind of unreasonable in your opinion, and leave it down in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, hit that subscribe button, share this video all over the place, click that bell icon to get notified when I upload, and I see you next time. Bye!